Bobby, can you look up Spano Center's attendance?
Hey, chat.
Capacity.
Hey, Bobby. Hey, Bobby, can you do one thing?
Not what the fire marshal says.
Make yourself useful over there.
Spano Center.
Spano Center?
Yeah. Bobby's kicking.
Bobby is loading.
Buffering.
Bobby's buffering.
I think chat Bobby T is hallucinating.
So welcome to the coaches group chat.
We're back.
We are back, and I'm wearing a shirt I got when I was a freshman in college.
We're in our grout fits, and we got some Tiger representation today because it's a special edition.
Have you ever been a Tiger?
Not in the last 20 years, no.
Ever?
Never.
You've never been a part of anything that was Tiger related?
No.
Tiger King, have you watched Tiger King?
I have watched
Gosh,
Tiger King.
you're part of the family.
We're most of the Eagles.
One of us.
Yeah. We're more than the birds.
No.
No, it is. It's a special pod today.
Emergency pod.
Emergency pod. A very, very joyous pod. Pacific, the University of the Pacific, has announced that they are reinstating the men's volleyball program. Round of applause. Come on now. Shout out to President Callahan
And everybody
and
that was
Athletic
involved.
Director Adam, who absolutely just are taking the world by storm right now, at least the volleyball world, and bringing back the program that I played for that was cut by one other president that we won't discuss in 2014.
There's a lot of people involved with that institution that we're not going to talk about today because we are only going to talk about the people that made this happen and that are supporting the greater cause. Matt, tell us how we got here.
All right, let's get into it. Okay, real quick.
Good segue.
So, like we said, Pacific was cut in 2014. Everyone's pretty upset about it. Years go by, no one's supporting Pacific in any way because there's no connection to it anymore.
We're giving you this short version right now, but please go watch Matt's video that he has already posted.
There's up theme music. It'll hopefully bring a small tear to your eye.
Yeah.
The short version is I got introduced by a Beta Bay parent who works at the University of Pacific in the law school to the new president when the new president, President Callahan, took over. And we had a conversation about men's volleyball. And the president was very open and receptive to the idea of adding sports, specifically adding men's sports back. And he loved the idea of bringing back men's volleyball. We had a good conversation about how Pacific is thriving coming out of COVID. They're doing a really good job. They've been driving enrollment. All the numbers are up. Lots of good progress on campus. Fast forward a few months later, we get connected with the athletic director. This is when I was coaching at Stanford, and so they asked to get connected with the staff that's in charge of the budget for Stanford for men's volleyball, so they get a good glimpse inside of a Division I program of what it would actually take to compete. Fast forward more months, things get a little bit slower. Other things start happening. They add two more men's sports. They add men's track and field and men's diving. Two sports that basically was like a connection of men's cross country and then men's swimming already. So they were adding those sports already. They actually reached out to us ahead of the announcement to tell us, which was a great sign. We were working with Wade Gerard at First Point and USAV Foundation. He's like, there's actually some real serious momentum here. And it's a great sign that they're reaching out to tell us that. That means they're very much considering it. And that's what they said they were going to do. A couple more months go by. Grand Canyon cuts men's volleyball, and everyone at the First Point Foundation obviously is pushing. They want to try and solve that problem, but a lot of people said, hey, we need a win right now as well. And so First Point got some extra money donated to them, and I believe they brought that to the table for Pacific as well to help drive that decision-making factor for Pacific to get them up and running and started to get this thing going. And so we got a call a week ago. We got a large number of Pacific alumni on a video call with Adam, the athletic director, and he kind of explained all of his thought process. A lot of alumni were very skeptical at first. Obviously, we were all burned by the situation and just wanted to make sure that they were fully going to support men's volleyball and it wasn't just like some
This is also the first time of them all like really hearing about this. This is something that you've been working on for quite a while. And so for us, this has been like, oh my goodness, I think this is going to happen. And we've gone through the stages of like, I don't know, this might not be for real. And then wait, this is actually for real. All the alumni have kind of come into this and they were like, there's no way.
Right.
Like let's all make sure that this is for real. And like going into that call, it was kind of like, oh no, like he's got every answer for you here. They have actually put in the effort to like make this a sustainable thing.
Yeah. That's the coolest part about it was yes, like myself, Kevin Pratt, there was a number of conversations that we had over months and months and months, working with Adam and President Callahan. But Adam, the athletic director, did so much legwork on his own to make this thing happen. From like, I was still coaching at Stanford, and we got word that the MPSF office had been contacted. Yeah. They were speaking about, all right, give us the rundown. What's the process for us to get added into the conference?
Work
all
was
of these
happening
things
behind the scenes.
So many things that were happening behind the scenes that, you know, they laid a ton of groundwork to be able to make this announcement that a lot of people saw as, whoa, that was a hasty decision.
Yep.
It took them 2 years to get to that point, but it was just so cool to be on that phone call and see all the alumni, and then afterwards, like the messages that were going through that text group being like, holy shit,
happening?
like they're dead serious about this. This feels like it's going to happen. And finally I got an email between Adam, myself, and Kevin after the Board of Regents meeting saying, we can quietly celebrate, but we'll be making an announcement soon. And man, I got in my car and I drove to go fill up the gas tank because I had a tournament to leave for early the next morning, and I just cried. It was like, oh my goodness, what a full circle moment of literally when we first took over Beta Bay.
It was one of the first things that happened when we took over Beta Bay.
I had no idea what to do.
It happened. We took over Beta Bay on August 10th, and I think that it was 2 weeks later that Pacific was cut. It was one of the first things that happened when we took over.
It was wild. And to be in that moment and to come all the way back around and actually be in a place where, I mean, I just was a voice in an ear, and they really ran with it and did all the work that was needed to do it. Yep. But to be able to play just even a small part of that healed a little bit of my my 21-year-old self in the things that I didn't know how to do back then. So cheers to UOP. I'm stoked for the Tiger community. We put a UOP Tiger on the back of our Beta Bay jersey 3 years ago.
Yeah, for like a long time.
For this moment. We only have 9 months left on our uniform cycle, so this is great timing.
That is manifestation at its finest right there. So all the Tiger coaching community runs deep. Like the amount of people that we see in club and all across the country coaching volleyball. It's a fun little community, which leads to the next question. The next item on the docket.
Who's in charge of this thing?
Yeah, who's running the ship?
I mean,
because
that's what Chad got paid the big bucks to say today.
They're starting it. Yeah, they're starting it next season.
Chad, who is your number one draft pick for coaches for a men's volleyball Division I men's volleyball program?
Let me rewind him. I want you to give a number one pick, but I want to hear
like number 5 pick too. Or like
no, I want to hear what you think the archetype of what the Pacific men's volleyball head coach should be. Like, what's the archetype that we're looking at here? And then get to the top.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
You guys want to talk about it for a second amongst yourselves?
We're fighting. It's fine.
Interrupt me.
Somebody hit somebody.
What the fuck was that?
I'll come over and I'll sit between you guys. Yeah. Other than my initial thought being like, man, like I haven't been to Stockton in a long time. Like, do you get like a personality hire? And I was like, Marty, let's go. Or like, what's Javi? What's Javi doing? He speaks bueno English now. Like he could run it. He could network with some people. It'd be fine. But no, I mean, you need someone young. You need someone who's got the energy to revamp this thing and bring it back from the dead. And that's going to be a lot of legwork. I mean, that's going to be a lot of raising money, going out and recruiting a brand new team, getting kids out of the portal or out of the transfer market or whatever you want to call it. And
you think young's mandatory? You don't think Marv Dunphy's ready to come back into?
I think Marv would be an excellent coach emeritus to chaperone. Call it babysitting.
There's gonna be a lot of chaperones here, I think.
the young coaches. But yeah, I don't need another middle-aged guy. Just who's got like kind of medium energy or whatever. Like I think. Like we got plenty of those going around. Like you get somebody young and like who's hungry to go and like make a name. So I vote for Javi, but I mean I'm sure there are a lot of other good people out there.
You think it needs to be an alumni?
I would love for it to be Javi. And he just happens to be an alumni.
Fisher to Pacific?
Oh, man. I think it's too prestigious for Fisher.
Yeah, it's.
I think he would respectfully bow out. He knows he's not qualified.
Okay,
but we can ask him on Friday. He'll be at this match.
Okay, Matt, you got a top 5 of. Top 5's a tough
that's
question.
Tough.
That is a tough question.
But that's the reason why I asked the archetype, because I had an interesting conversation, and I think Niff would be fine with me saying his name here, and I'll ask him if he wants me to bleep it out. I'll bleep it out. I had a conversation with a college coach, and I asked him thoughts on like what he was thinking about, who would be a good person to look at, and he said, "Hey, look, young and hungry. Of course, that's something you want to look at." He's like, "I think there's actually a fair amount of well-established people that would look at that job too, because of the opportunity to just start anew, like to fully like be able to sink your teeth into it and just say, this is what we're doing top to bottom.
And you automatically know that your administration has support of your program. Yeah. Like there's a ton of programs out there right now who are very question mark, are we really supported here? And it's been an established program for a while, but like we don't really know where the school's going right now. This is just a statement piece of a program saying like, we are going to support this. This is what the plan looks like. Build it as you see fit. And I think it's a very, very valuable job in a major conference to,
Do you get a Dan Friend, Nikki Sandlin to come west?
I think that it's a big job. Yeah. I don't know who is in a position family-wise that they would want to relocate and like go and do this. And that would have to be the right thing for people's families and the right time in their lives for an established coach at a university to make the move to do it. But I do think that I think it really should be Pacific going after the best options here, rather than I think everybody's going to apply. A lot of people are going to apply.
Yeah, you're going to get all the young and hungry are going to
apply for this.
For sure.
But I do think that it should be on the university to go after the best possible candidates for this job. And I think that the best possible candidates are,
to be clear, not just from the men's side.
Potentially in the women's game.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
And yeah, I think that there are some out of the box candidates here that could be really interesting.
Dunning one a little bit up there in a past life.
Hopefully.
Bring him back.
He's got some free time.
Yeah, at bare minimum, what do they call that? Coach emeritus.
Yeah.
Get that Marv Coach emeritus.
I think a lot of the established coaches, it's like, where are they at with their families, and would they consider moving back closer to home?
Yeah,
or like that kind of
right, or their wife has family,
sure,
or whatever. You never know those connections. But
Chris Thomas and Jen,
come on back. Yeah.
There's like plenty of people that like could be an interesting.
I mean, momentum-wise, just thinking. Obviously, the addition of men's or the rebirth of men's volleyball back at University Pacific is huge. Mm-hmm. But those programs, of course, just like any men's and women's program, are so intertwined.
Yes.
The amount of spouses, the amount of marriages between the women's and men's team.
Yes. We were the last ones.
Well, not anymore. Hopefully not anymore. Hopefully the lineage continues. I didn't
even think about that. Yeah, we were the last ones. Yeah.
Crazy. That is one of the strongest things I could possibly think of in terms of a connection between programs, is a really good tie between the men's and women's teams.
I will say it again, shame on Grand Canyon, the administration at Grand Canyon, for that, because they do not understand. And every single program that has been cut, if you are supporting women's volleyball, cutting men's volleyball is not supporting women's volleyball. I will say it over and over and over again, that like the being intertwined with those programs. When I was looking at schools, I was looking at a school that had men's volleyball there. The culture is just better when you have a school that has both. For the volleyball program, for the women there, it is just a better culture to have men's volleyball on that campus as well.
100%.
I'm not saying that because I married one. I'm just saying that because it's just the parties are better.
It's just factually true.
Factually true.
You're saying Grand Canyon broke up numerous marriages by doing this.
Grand Canyon supports
separated families.
Like, what do you mean? Yeah, like it's so messed up.
Well, I mean, it does bring up a good point, right? Because Grand Canyon being cut it wasn't the deciding factor. Pacific was talking about doing this long before Grand Canyon was cut, but it was one of those kind of final pushes where I think that extra funding came into First Point and they pushed that towards Pacific because they wanted to showcase that win.
Yep.
But even before that was taking place, Adam and University of Pacific were showing their model, and the reason why they're looking to add men's sports is not from a perspective of purely just, we're trying to go and compete in all these things. It's also it's a straight up business decision as well for them, right? They're driving enrollment through these sports. They're paying their 4.5 scholarships. They're paying the salaries. They're doing all that. But these programs are paying the school. They're actually bringing money in from these schools in terms of the athletes that they're bringing in. And of course, just like any university, they have their drivers that they can kind of dial in. Like if I want a heavier international student body, which is something University of the Pacific wants, right? They have their international studies program. They want more international students. They want to pull from specific areas of the country. That's a huge driver that you can look at. And, in terms of being able to kind of showcase that, schools that get behind that idea, and when you look at enrollment and where things are going for specifically private schools in the future, it is such a difficult path for a lot of like the St. Mary's of the world, the small public, small private universities that are expensive. How do you drive enrollment specifically on the male population? Because most schools are 60-40 women. So you look at the Santa Claras and the USFs and the LMUs and those places, all of a sudden sports becomes a asset for you in terms of getting students on campus, paying students on campus to be able to drive revenue for your school, but also to build culture there, to build connection with your community. So it's a really interesting playbook that I hope we can get Adam and President Callahan to be able to speak about and show to other schools of, hey, Santa Clara, look at this. Like, look what you could do for your women's program, for your enrollment by adding this sport, by adding this this into your university and being able to push that.
Yep. I think it's taken me a long time to say that I'm proud of being from the University of the Pacific. Like it was a really.
Why would we? When
I mean, I had a very, very, very difficult road in that program, a horrible road that I have not talked about publicly at all. That honestly, I cannot wait to talk about it. Like I'm trying to do it in the right way, and I'm excited to tell the story of like what I went through there. I am so excited that this school has taken a different route than the route that I went through when I was there and the route that you ended up going through with cutting the program. And I couldn't be prouder to watch a school that we really did love so dearly do right by a sport that we both have a voice in and that we support, and we are able to now support both things completely and fully. So big public thank you to everybody who was involved in making that happen.
Huge. Now we get to take Chad to Stockton.
Yeah.
I almost never tell anybody about UOP. Like it just doesn't.
Now you're gonna.
Now, yeah, I feel,
now you have
I
to
feel
because
bad.
we're gonna take the pot on the road.
I've been so mad for 10 years.
Yeah. I know.
I go out of my way to ignore you.
I know, and now we get to go. Now we get to go and take you to college game day at University of Pacific for a men's volleyball game.
Hey, serious question: are you guys gonna play in the next alumni game, or like what's going on?
Hell yeah!
You guys still in shape to do this? Like nothing's gonna like break or fall off?
I don't think you understand what the legacy of Pacific alumni volleyball games look like. It was very low on the volleyball scale.
Yeah.
Very high on the party scale.
Okay, I was like Malibu Stew played at like Big Bank Tartu.
No,
like,
no.
I know.
We are ready.
Okay.
We have been training for this.
Javi's working on his Spanish.
Yes.
We did we ever I ever tell the story of us playing in the Pacific men's volleyball alumni game in San Diego?
No.
Yeah.
So they cut the program in 2014. In 2016, Kevin Pratt was the head coach at San Diego City College.
Oh, okay, yeah, I remember that.
And he hosted a Pacific men's volleyball alumni game against San Diego City College.
So everybody went.
Yeah. It was awesome.
Yeah, it was really fun.
It was so much fun.
But now we're like, should we buy a house in Stockton?
I'm on Zillow looking at Brookside Country Club. Like, this looks pretty nice to me.
Is this the hard launch that you guys are coaching these teams?
No, it's not. We have already declined. So that is not something we are doing.
We are, but we are 1,000%
big boosters.
The support squad for sure.
Also, bring back boosters. Nobody ever talks about the word boosters anymore.
I think that's just called the NIL Collective.
Yes,
now.
it is. But like, I love the name boosters. We need Pacific Boosters shirts.
Yeah, booster seats.
I'm not that short. What do you mean?
I want a booster seat for the stands.
Give me a foam finger and we'll be fine.
Yeah.
Like,
Can I bring a whiteboard and heckle from the stands?
Obviously. If the new coach doesn't already have whiteboards.
Okay, so this past year, Pacific Women's Volleyball total attendance was 995 people, and that was the highest attended game since before 2018, which is abysmal.
It's not a lot of people.
Do you think there will be more people at the home opener for Pacific Men's Volleyball?
1,000%.
Take the over.
Okay. All right. So we've already talked about this.
That's a lot of people.
High likelihood that we go. I mean,
well, yeah, we're going, but like,
there's 3, 4.
We've already talked about Have we talked about the Stanford volleyball day in the Bay on the pod yet?
We'll talk about it later.
I think we have.
Not on this one.
It's not a real thing.
Another emergency press conference or whatever it's called.
I'm calling volleyball day in Stockton, and we're going for.
Sure,
maybe it's not a sellout, but it's a lower. I want a lower bowl fill.
We're gonna do Nebraska numbers.
Give me 3,000. That's set my line. 3,000. That's
13,000 is a lot of people.
Yeah, 3,000. That's my home opener. Home opener for men's volleyball attendance, 3,000.
Think about how many people are going to fly in from out of the country, though. 13,000 minimum. I haven't been to Stockton in a long time. Yeah, I don't know. In Stockton.
For being a math guy, your math's a little off.
What is this place seat? 12,000?
Yeah. Bobby, can you look up Spano Center's attendance?
Hey, Chad.
Capacity.
Hey, Bobby, can you do one thing?
Not what the fire marshal says.
Make yourself useful over there.
Spano Center. Yeah. Bobby's kicking.
Bobby is loading.
Buffering.
Bobby's buffering.
I think chat Bobby T is hallucinating.
Oh, wow. Okay.
6,150 seats.
Oh, wait. That's a lot. Well, standing room of the lower bowl.
Yeah, that's like for graduation.
So if you add those two together.
So if you put chairs on the court and
13,000.
13,000. We'll call it 13,000 even.
3,000 is the line.
Over. 3,000?
3,000 is my line. More than 3,000.
For the home opener.
For home opener.
13,000 is more than 3,000. Smash the over.
I did get recognized at Tiger's Yogurt last time I went in there. The only time I've been in there in the last decade. It was the best moment of my life.
Yeah, we got free Tiger's Yogurt.
And we got free Tiger's Yogurt. And we're going to be going back a lot. So to the girl at Tiger's Yogurt that recognized me.
You better be coming to the home opener.
I'm going to be back.
3001.
Oh. Well.
Okay, we need to make some friends in the
let it be known.
Stockton area.
The Tiger Zoo.
If anyone wants to try and add their men's volleyball program at another school, give us a ring. Let's get to work here, people, because men's volleyball, it's on the rise.
If you'd like us
too can bring men's volleyball to your school to increase enrollment and revenue for your president.
Here promising the world to people.
No.
If you'd like Matt to come save your program, give him a call at the Beta Bay business line where he won't pick up.
We need more athletic directors like Adam, and we need more presidents like
that's for sure.
Like President Callahan. That's the major one. So shout out to them. I think this is the close down of this emergency pod because it's time to go. It's time to go celebrate the Tigers.
We'll be celebrating in the shirts we got when we were 18 years old for the next.
Yeah, I might need to place an order for a new Pacific volleyball shirt.
New Pacific shirts too.
Orange could look good on us, guys.
Orange is
We'll
tough,
get Chad one, too.
Orange is the new black.
Yeah. They should make a show. Okay, bye, everybody. Thanks for coming to our pod.